Hey, could I borrow your cell phone for just a second? I'm in a bit of a pinch. Well, why don't you just use yours? Because my battery died and I need to text my boss and let him know I'm going to be late. Well, in that case, by all means, help yourself. So we have this phrase where we talk about being in a difficult situation where we'll say, I'm in a pinch. This is to pinch something, right? So if you imagine you're pinched, you're being squeezed, you're in a rough spot, you got nowhere to move, you're being pinched. So we'll say I'm in a pinch when we're in kind of a difficult situation. It's like being in a bind, we'll also say, or being in a jam, right? I've talked about that before. Someone can bail you out of a jam. Well, we can also say we're in a pinch.
Hey, you remember that song, How Bizarre? No, I have no idea what you're talking about. You know, it's that song, it's like, how bizarre, how bizarre, how bizarre. Ooh, baby. Oh, that song, yeah, that was kind of a one-hit wonder, right? So a one-hit wonder is a phrase that we use to talk about a song that was made, and it was the only popular song that an artist made, so it was a one-hit wonder. But you can say that about anything that's popular once, like, oh, it was a one-hit wonder. Just implies that it had one hit and then it kind of faded away. Hey, Dad, is it cool if I go to this unsupervised party at my friend's house this weekend? Why, sure, son. I see no problem with that. You have to run it by your mother first, though. Oh, man, if I run it by her, she's totally gonna say no. Alright, we use this phrase in English to run something by someone, and it's kind of a way to share an idea or ask for someone's permission. We'll say that you have to run it by the person. Basically, you have to kind of pass it through that person's ears in order to get an okay from that person. So sometimes if you're planning on doing something at work, you might have to run something by the boss before you can do it. It means you have to get permission from the boss. So like if you work in a job where a customer is asking you if you can do something, you might say, well, I have to run it by the boss first, but I'll try. My internet's not working. It's driving me crazy. Calm down, man. You don't have to get all bent out of shape about it. All right, to get bent out of shape. This is a phrase that we use to talk about getting angry, getting upset, getting frustrated. You're just getting bent out of shape. It's like you're not yourself. So, how are you ringing in the new year? Probably just do something low-key, have a few friends over, toast at midnight, you know, the usual. That sounds like a great way to ring in the new year. Yeah, that's right. So we like to say to ring in the new year. That's a phrasal verb we use to talk about celebrating the new year or honoring the new year, I guess. But we'll say ringing in the new year. Apparently, it has to do with some old tradition of ringing the bells at midnight and then cheering for the new year or something like that. So that's where that phrasal verb comes from. And you, what are your plans for ringing in the new year?